Welcome to Magic Arcanum. I'm Ryan Gomez. Behind the scenes is Nicole Burdick, and we're so glad you're here because it's story time. I love card games. That's it. That's the story. Okay, for real, we had Valentine's Day this week, so I decided to embrace the theme of love as I worked on this video, which is sponsored by TCG Home, by the way, but more on them in a bit. First, let me ask you the question. What games do you love aside from Magic? Because let's face it, it can be hard to love this game sometimes. It gets expensive. You might get bored with a format that is dominated by a few annoying cards, or you might have a poor experience playing with people at your local game store. Whenever I start to get burned out on Magic, I turn to other games, which I think is good and healthy. There's no shame in taking a break from being a wizard once in a while. One game I love, or loved, I guess, is the Star Wars collectible card game by Decipher. I played this a lot with my brother and friends growing up in the late 90s, and sadly it's not in print anymore, but I have a lot of great memories tied to my mains and toys deck. You know how Star Wars has main characters like Luke Skywalker and Han Solo? Well, they of course had cards in the game, but their weapons and vehicles, their toys, also had cards in the game, and they became more powerful if you could play them out together. So like Luke's lightsaber had its own card, and almost any character could equip it, but if you gave it to Luke specifically, together they became unstoppable. And I really liked how you could recreate scenes from the movies by gearing up your favorite characters so that they were ready to face down Darth Vader or blow up the Death Star or whatever. It was really cool. Magic doesn't quite have the same level of ludonarrative gameplay, but I was inspired by it all the same, which brings me to the deck I'm currently working on. It all starts right here with this little guy, Kellen, the Fey-Blooded from Wilds of Eldraine. He is going to be the Luke in my Love Letter to Star Wars deck. Now, stay with me here. Kellen is a farm boy who yearns for adventure and is seeking to learn more about his father. And eventually, he will get a lightsaber. In this deck, played by a magical sword, but same idea. Supporting him is a charming scoundrel who isn't legendary, but is a pretty good impression of Han Solo, right down to the obsession with treasure. Then we have Kemba as our Chewbacca, who also works well with our small equipment theme here. Princess Leia was a rebel leader, so we'll use Jor Kadeen as our magical replacement. And what is Obi-Wan Kenobi if not an unassuming sage, secretly a sorcerer? The droids are going to be these reconfigure creatures from Neon Dynasty, so we can use them as equipment or for their general utility. And mind you, Kellen can find them in the deck. Honestly, I didn't love any of the vehicles in standard for this right now, so I am using Hex Gold X-Wings and Archon of the Wild Rose as my Millennium Falcon because it hits hard and it can help my heroes fly. Especially if we have a Return of the Jedi moment and turn Kellen into the young hero he was always meant to be. It's not exactly Star Wars, but I love how I was able to take inspiration from another game and come up with a list that captures a lot of the same energy. Remember, the point of this show is to ask you the question and then use it to get you thinking about creative deck building. Having said that, if you want to see my full final deck list for Magic Mains and Toys, you should consider becoming a patron because I'll share it there first. Eventually, I will showcase this deck on a live stream because that's something I want to get better at. And another thing I want to get better at is managing my own collection of cards, which is why I'm grateful that this video is sponsored by TCG Home. TCG Home is a free web-based application that tracks card values, lets you look up Oracle text, and helps you organize your collection with their amazing customizable tags. The platform is still in beta, but new features are getting added rapidly. So sign up today using my link down below and take advantage of all the cool stuff they have in development. Then answer the question in the comments. What games do you love aside from Magic? Because I would love to hear about it. And finally, make sure you love this video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the great stories you'll only find here on Magic Arcanum. We'll see ya.